Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Baking with Becky. Sit you up against the pumpkin here, and look at this. I got all these seeds from, if you can see them, all these seeds from this pumpkin. And you say, Becky, you haven't even cut it. Well, yes, I have. I cut around the little top here and got the rest of it out. Cut it down. Now, the way to cook a pumpkin, well, first, after you get the seeds out, you got to get all these strings out. I've already worked on this one for the most part. I did another one, and it has smaller seeds here. Some of it was rotten, so I had to leave the rotten seeds out. But this one was perfect. I wanted to get a hold of it before it went rotten. And so, gotta get these shreds out of here because they're just going to be stringy. Nobody wants a stringy pumpkin pie. And this is tough. Now, I tried to bake pumpkin. I've done it before the correct way, but I tried to bake a pumpkin last week the way you do a squash. Cut it in half, remove all the seeds, put it face down, like this, on a greased cookie sheet and bake it about 350 for about an hour. Now, that does not work. It burned the top of the pumpkin and the inside is still kind of hard. So either I'm going to have to throw that away or start over. Okay, that is almost there. A spoon would work to scrape this out, which is what I'm using. There's a perfect way to get this, but haven't quite caught that. Okay, here we go. Let's pull that out. Found a cute little garbage pail. Thought it was kind of overpriced at a thrift store. And but it has a lid, has a little metal handle. It's plastic and a lid, so it's like one you stick next to your countertop. Okay, so I've got this. I'm going to cut out this stem part. This is my big knife. I've had this set of knives, this knife, Farberware, for about 20 years now. Don't worry, my fingers are safe. You kind of cut out the stem part. See, this one's in a V shape. What you want to do is cut them in smaller pieces. See, this one's kind of got two V's here. I'm going to cut it here and then in thirds. And then I put it in my pot. Might cut them down into smaller pieces because the smaller the pieces are, the faster it'll cook. So maybe that piece didn't want to go at all. Look at all that. Look at all that hairy part on there. It's finally gotten colder. If any of you are in the north, it's not as cold, but we've been having like 79, 80 degree weather. So to have 50 degree weather is wonderful. Of course, it is fall, so I assume that fall is always supposed to be a little bit colder than summer. It's hard to get it cold. It's hard to get it warm. It's just... Okay, these are good. This is a good size piece. These are good size pieces, so I'm going to cut these other ones that I cut into smaller pieces. It's almost like you're making a stew. You want them smaller pieced. Look at all the hair on that. I didn't do a very good job of cleaning it. Okay. This one is cleaned good. You want it to look like this. I love fall, the seasons. You can get apples, and apples start coming in, and we make applesauce. And you can get all the goodies that comes with apples. We like to get apple fritters. Because last time we got some of their donuts. Oh, they're so good. And of course we made applesauce, and I made some apple jelly, and I think I've told you that before. Okay, this is pretty good. So then we're going to put it in this pot I have. I've already got some pieces. So you want to put these in here. And you're going to cook them until you want the skin to come away from the flesh. You want the flesh. You don't want the skin. And I'm glad I chose this pot. I thought a smaller one would work. But I'm actually going to cut up another pumpkin. See, I had one growing funny. See, this one's, you'd think it wouldn't quite make it like the way it is. And I've got two more. One is holding up the phone, so I can't show it to you. And this was the biggest one that I had that I just cut up. But I've also got this one. And I haven't showed you my biggest Hubbard squash. So this is my biggest one. It's been on the table. Still looks good, but I want to get to it and cut it up and cook it and get the seeds and everything before it goes bad. I've cut up another couple of pumpkins, and these are the seeds I have from it, see? And these are from my other Hubbard squash. Look at these. They're ready to be roasted. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So you can see they look all nice and pure white and dry compared to these yellow seeds that need washing. So, but they're going to make good snacks. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm going to have to use a bigger pot for this. We had some spaghetti the other night, and I cooked it in this pot, but I think it will be okay to use for this pumpkin, because this pot's just not going to cut it. Now, the other one I'm going to use is this one. So I'm going to set the pot aside, and there you go.